Hey everybody, welcome to DB Q&A. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about holiday stress and how to manage that. Stay tuned. Tis the season to be stressed and anxious, right? These 2 months tend to cause all of us a lot of heightened emotions, and stress and anxiety are two of the most commonly felt during this time frame. We all have these heightened emotions. We're maybe feeling short-fused during this time period. Some of us are overwhelmed by loneliness. Some of us are depressed from things that have happened in the past. Some of us are annoyed by family members who tend to meddle during this time of the year, or expectations from family members that happen during this time of the year. And some may be worried about financial situations. I mean, there's a lot of money being spent during November and December for presents, etc. And some of you may just be worrying how to get the money to buy presents, etc. So there's stress. There's lots and lots of stress. And when there's stress and anxiety, we tend to behave differently and neglect ourselves, which causes things to heighten even more. There's a saying that I was taught in my internship that I love, and it's stated, when we're stressed, we regress. And I think that's totally true, because when we're stressed, we're not in our frontal lobe, which is where logic happens. When we're stressed, we're kind of in the middle of our brain and we're impulsive. We're not thinking things through the way that we normally would. So we tend to go for things to caretake that may not necessarily be healthy. According to the APA, American Psychological Association, with women specifically, I found a really great statistic. With women, half of all women in the U.S. have seriously heightened stress during November and December, and 41% of those women turn to food as a coping mechanism, and 28% turn to alcohol as a coping mechanism. Now, I know that there's a lot of other unhealthy coping mechanisms, spending money, etc., that happen during this time frame, because when we're stressed, we're looking to take care of ourselves. So we turn to whatever makes us feel good, even though it may not be healthy. These feelings of stress also trigger arguments with our family. They trigger other substance uses of certain kinds. They trigger less exercise for all of us, because we're running here to there. There's so many things that we have to give our time to that we neglect ourselves. So there's less exercise and less sleep. So that's kind of what happens during the holidays to a lot of people. Not everybody, but a lot of people. And I've had a lot of clients who come in during this time and their anxiety, depression, stress is through the roof. So some of the coping mechanisms that I like to talk about or utilize during this process, obviously it's going to be different for everyone. But I would suggest, before the holidays really get here, we have a couple days before Thanksgiving's here and then Christmas. So before something stressful is about to occur, we need to really sit down and use our frontal lobe. We need to think about the things that really do help us get through a stressful situation. Distress tolerance. You can Google distress tolerance and come up with a bunch of ideas, and utilize those things. So for some people, it's taking time away from family. If you're going to be around family during the holidays, make sure you schedule in a couple times where you can step out and be alone and kind of de-escalate from some of the stress that can be caused by being around a lot of family. I would also suggest finding ways to self-care, long baths. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. If you can squeeze in an exercise of some kind, squeeze that in. That will release endorphins. That'll help you get through some of this stressful time. I would also suggest some mindfulness exercises, some breathing exercises. Utilize the things that normally calm you down, if you have anything like that. I can go ahead and attach a list to the bottom of these comments of some coping exercises that may help during the holiday season. And if things are getting high, make sure your loved ones know. Make sure if you're stressed, you find your stress is escalating to the point where you're not sleeping, your eating is all messed up, things are starting to change for you, and you can really feel that starting to take a toll on your body. Make sure you have a good support system. Let the people around you know how you're feeling, and make sure that you have some ideas on how to support that as you go through. Anyway, thanks again. I hope your holidays are safe and enjoyable. I hope you can incorporate some good coping mechanisms to help you stay calm during the holidays. And take care of yourselves during this process. It'll be a much more enjoyable holiday season if you're taking care of yourself first, so that you have enough to give to everyone else. Happy holidays, everyone, and I'm sorry my videos have been a little slow and late. It's been a really crazy couple of months, so keep sticking with me. I hope that hasn't turned anybody away, and let me know if you have any other questions you want me to address during the holiday season. Take care, guys.